Hi, I'm Michelle, and welcome to my stories. Some are thrilling, some are chilling, and some, well, they stay with you forever. Tonight, I'm sharing a story I've never told anyone. It's about the night I boarded a train that wasn't supposed to exist. Let's dive in. It was just past 1 a.m., and I was stuck at a tiny station outside Chicago. I'd missed my last train home after a double shift at the coffee shop. The platform was deserted, the air thick with fog. My phone was dead, and the cold was creeping into my bones. I was ready to give up and sleep on a bench when I heard a low, mournful whistle cutting through the night. This wasn't right. The station board showed no trains until morning. Yet, there it was, an ancient locomotive with a single passenger car, its windows glowing faintly. The door slid open with a groan, like it was inviting me in. Every instinct screamed to stay put, but my feet moved anyway. I stepped inside. The air inside smelled of old leather and something metallic like rust. The car was nearly empty, except for one man sitting at the far end. He wore a dark coat, his face half hidden by a fedora. He didn't look up, just stared out the window into the darkness. I sat a few rows away, my heart pounding. Then he spoke, his voice low and rough. "You're late." "Late for what?" I managed to say, my voice shaky. He didn't answer right away. Instead, he reached into his coat and pulled out a folded piece of paper. He slid it across the seat toward me. My hands trembled as I opened it. It was a photograph of me, taken that very morning at the coffee shop, smiling as I handed a customer their latte. I felt sick. "Who are you?" I demanded. He just smirked and said, "You'll see." The train lurched forward, faster than any commuter line I'd ever been on. Outside, the world blurred into a mess of dark trees and shadows. I pressed myself against the window, trying to make sense of it. The landscape didn't look like Illinois anymore. It was too wild, too wrong. The trees seemed to twist, their branches reaching toward the train like fingers. I turned back to the man, ready to demand answers, but he was staring at me now. His eyes were sharp, like he could see right through me. "You've got one stop to decide," he said. "Decide what?" I snapped, my fear turning to anger. He pointed to the window again. Outside, the forest had changed. There was a faint glow, like a town in the distance, but it flickered like it wasn't quite real. The train slowed, and we pulled into a platform that looked like it hadn't been used in decades. Vines choked the signs, and the station house was crumbling. The door hissed open, and the man stood up. "Get off or stay," he said, stepping toward the exit. I clutched the photo, my mind racing. Was this a trap, a dream, or something worse? I thought about my life, my dead-end job, my tiny apartment. The dreams I'd put on hold. What was I even running toward? I don't know why, but I stayed. The door slammed shut and the train jolted forward. When I looked up, the man was gone. The photo was gone too. The car was empty, and the air felt lighter, like a weight had lifted. Hours later, or maybe minutes, I couldn't tell. The train stopped at a real station. It was dawn, and I was back in Chicago. But something felt different. I felt different. I checked the station logs later. No trains had run through that stop overnight. No records, no witnesses. Just me and a story no one would believe. That night changed me. It made me realize we're always one choice away from a different life. Sometimes the scariest thing isn't what's out there, it's what you're running from inside. That's my story for today. I'm Michelle, and I've got more tales, some spooky, some inspiring, waiting for you. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss the next one. Tell me in the comments, would you have gotten off that train or stayed like me? See you in the next story.